Hello everyone, Zach Moore here. You like my Bitstrip stuff? Yeah, I generally assume you do. Anyways though, I'm just going to explain real quick the whole thing of how to get good endings in Everlasting Summer, which is pretty much what this video is supposed to cover, since I got the bad ending in my original playthrough. Now, the way that you get good endings, at least from the original 5 choices, being of course Alyssa, Lena, Slavia, Ulana, and the Semyon route, in which case you don't choose any of them, you technically have to do all these things that follow along with the rules. For, of course, the 4 women, you have to do particular things that would, please them. And there's a certain score you have to follow. If you get above 6, you automatically get locked into their pattern after day 5. If you get below 9, however, you get the bad ending. So essentially, you gotta get above 9 to get the good ending. And all the ladies have like 10 or 11 points you're supposed to get them. So you gotta make sure you do that. If you don't do that, that's how you get the bad ending. That's what I got last time, and that's why I failed, because I got about 8. So that's why I'm essentially doing this. So, get yourself 9. You're gonna get yourself good images like this one that's being shown. Anyways, that's about it for me. Let's go ahead and let you watch this video. I won't stop you or anything. Enjoy! Oh, okay. Okay, guys. Zach Moore, aka BlueSpartan107 here to bring you one more episode of the walkthrough. I'm actually going to show all the steps you need to take to get the good Lena ending, since the last episode had the bad Lena ending. So I want to at least figure that out, and I decided I'm going to do it this way. I'm thinking I'm also going to put up all the other endings, except you're not going to see me here. You're not going to see me talking about it or reading or anything like that. So, but anyways, we're just right here since I had to start a new game. I'm going to jump forward so that way you guys can, look at all the stuff you need to do. It's going to be like mentioned right there in the video, as my Bitstrip guy has mentioned. So, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so now we're going to go into a major narration mode in a moment for a scene I actually missed. That would have been very awesome if I had, otherwise I would have avoided the bad ending. Okay, so what you guys want to do is to get the Lena good ending, a good thing to do is go to the football field after losing against Lena and not making a bet against Alyssa. It's the best thing you should be doing right now. I wanted to get away. How can I ever lose in the first round? There's no excuse for me. Sports grounds seem to be the best place for my solitude at the moment. Who will think about playing soccer in the evening? Sat down on the bench near the pitch and started to think about what has happened. Suddenly, from the volleyball field, I started hearing sounds that seemed to me as sounds of rasping or whistling. Turning, I saw someone desperately swinging his hand. Who was he gesturing to? To my astonishment, it was Lena, so it was her hand. She was throwing the shuttlecock up in the air and attempted to strike it with the racket. But for being really, really honest, she sucked at badminton. I was just looking for a while, but then decided to come up to her. Went around the volleyball court and got inside so she could see me. Lena was timid as a deer, so I'd rather not repeat previous mistakes. Hi. Oh, look at that. She's actually in a... How did she do that? She glanced at me immediately and hid the racket and the shuttlecock behind her back. You like badminton? Not really. Doesn't really work, I see. Need some help? Telling the truth, I was not very good at badminton, but just like any other child, I used to play it from time to time. Let me show you. Frozen frame rates are frozen. Thank you. She blushed. I want to join the badminton team, but I don't see it happening really. I wouldn't even try it today, but Let me guess. Lost against Alana? She looked up at me. I never had any luck at cards, but it seemed like I was on fire today, so I thought it could work the same way with badminton. Who knows? Could've. After these words, I realized that losing to Lena is twice insulting. Wow, man, that's a bit harsh. Would never think of you being so keen on sports. She blushed again. Oh, excuse me. Come on, let me show you. Took the racket, threw the shuttlecock up in the air, and what? Frame rate's frozen. Struck it with such strength that it flew over the fence and got lost among the trees. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you should be. Wow, didn't expect that for myself. Never mind. Although it was the last one. The last one? Let's go and get it. You better not. There is in the forest. What, a crazy psychopathic killer? Like Rena? Who's there? A goblin? Laughed out. Maybe. Seemed like I was the only one joking around. There's no one there to be afraid of. Come on. Well, if you were with me. Yep. Went out of the sports ground and I started to inspect the trees. And I started to inspect the frame rates. It says 29 frames per second. 25, 85. All of a sudden, the screech of an owl pierced the night. Seems like Lena got so scared that she seized me with both hands, giving me somewhat a hug. Oh! That's a nice scene. You also run the shuttlecock. It's funny. Strong grip was a bit awkward. To feel a girl's body and its warmth so close to me. It's filled with tenderness. I had a deep desire to protect her and to guard her from anyone, even if it's only an owl or another night bird. My only wish was to keep this embrace everlasting. Wow. That's so. However, all good things are known for ending sooner or later. After a while, I realized it was an owlet who was screeching on a branch next to us. He was holding our shuttlecock tightly. Is it him who you were so scared of? Uh-huh. Take a look. It isn't scary at all. I looked out from behind my back. You're right. Not scary at all. Hey, wait a second. Gently got off her hug and came closer to the owlet. First it seemed that he'd get frightened and fly away, dropping the shuttlecock, but the owlet was still perching. I succeeded in grasping the shuttlecock and taking it from the bird carefully. Hey, look, it's almost tame. Would you like to pet it? Maybe some other time? And the shuttlecock to Lena. Thank you. She smiled gently. I have to go. Good luck in badminton. Lena smiled again and hurried away to the camp. How sweet can a girl get? Oh, why did I miss that in my first playthrough? So if done right, this should be the good end. Although it really won't be as honestly because so I looked up in my apartment. Doesn't trigger any emotions at all. Another day of my life with that song. Got out of bed and came up to the computer. Message from the flash in the taskbar. Some kind of staring Monday. Somebody wrote to me, and that means that somebody still needs me. The message contained only 2 words. Wake up. What do they want from me? Unknown ID. Is that spam? What does it mean to wake up? Not sleeping anymore. No sleep with passion. Try to close it but failed. Instead, yet another one popped out. And another one. And another one. And all of them continue the same wake up. What the hell do you want from me? Screen. So the whole screen is all blazing with identical messages. Been bearing more, get it smashed against the wall with all my strength. Oh man. Strange. What's the deal? If only you heard this wake up. Wonder how houses voices, men, women, children. Scream. Wake up. Smash the phone on the floor so we can break it. Bring on. A moment, whole room is filled with strangers. They would grab my hands, peeking in my eyes and screaming. Wake up. Don't wake up, Josh. Don't wake up. Just stay asleep. Jumped off my bed in a cold sweat. What a dream. Cleaned my senses in a couple of minutes, took a look at the clock. 5 p.m. How long have I slept? The events of yesterday flew through my head. Searching for Lena, devastating conversation with the Alyssa. I really have to talk to her. Maybe she cooled down overnight? Dressed up, came out of the cabin, hesitated a little, gathering my thoughts, then headed to Lena's cabin. I'm trying to say, how did I begin the conversation? I just go with, hi, how are you? And I was just passing by. I think I should lecture straight off the peel. Offering a specific solution or not. And be answered. Knocked again and pulled the doorknob. It's not locked. That's odd. Or there's nobody inside. Well, it means Lena's not here. Grab some food, I might find her in the canteen. But those cabins have never single fan in. Fine too, it's always crowded here at this time of day. Nobody's out the square either. When it's so seriously concerned, it's half dinner, so I send it to hungry pioneer crowds. It was just that. The canteen was closed. Looks like something else happened during the day. Sat down on the porch and started to consider the situation. All the pioneers were gone. All of a sudden, of course, it's hard to say if this camp or my way of arriving here is normal, but I haven't met any completely unexplainable stuff during this week yet. There were lots of strange things, but maybe they're hiding in that bunker. Chuckled aloud. While all this is way, mildly speaking, mysterious, I was nowhere near experiencing a panic attack. No, it's just that they have left. I almost jumped out of my skin. Well, hello, Lena is standing next to me. You. You can't just sneak up on people like that. Why do you have to stutter for life or something like this? Sorry, said calmly. I don't know words dawned on me. Left. Hold on a sec. What do you mean by just left? The session's over. And I can't read it? She had some business to take care of in the town, so she went with them. Okay, what about you? And I stayed. He was talking with complete calmness as if everything was happening was a completely normal routine. So far, sounds like the other ending. How? Why is that? What's the problem? When this session is over, children depart for their homes, don't they? And when is the service that today is the last day of the session? You won't believe it, at the very first day. Moreover, Paul announced the central lineup. Yeah, even if those lineups I would attended, the last thing that crossed my mind was listening to those announcements. Then why didn't anyone tell me your thing? waited for a chance to get out of this damn camp for so long, when it finally appeared, I obviously slipped through it. Well, that's exactly my style. I asked not to. Even if you would ask not to, hold on. Hold on, what? I asked for it. Something with the same confidence. And you asked him to leave me behind too? Yes. And don't you think it's all a little absolutely wrong? Opposed to shouting? Nope, it's perfectly normal. Took a good look at Lena. Not a single emotion has crossed her face since the beginning of our talk. Looks like that girl that stands right now in front of me is not that kind of girl that's clear with crickets, flushes on every occasion, and reads romance novels. Okay, I got it. So this situation is directly connected to my mystical arrival in the camp. Just who are you? Me? This morning I was there. She replied patiently. Oh yeah, and I'm not BlueSpartan, born 9 million years ago in the Highlands of Scotland. I wasn't afraid of finding anything around myself at that moment. I was bursting with anger from within. Nice to meet you, I'm Lena. Okay, now let's get serious. I think that what you're saying is plainly impossible. Today, as it turns out, is the last day. Somehow, I don't know anything about it, and I can't be there to parts with everyone you leave behind just because you asked for it. Don't you find it all somewhat abnormal? Maybe I do. Are you hiding something? Maybe I do. Then spit out everything you got. I told you already. I put my face in my hands to take a deep breath. Okay, what am I supposed to do in this situation? I don't know. And what are you gonna do? I don't know. I'll go with the flow. So here's this flow. Instead of purposely spreading the hands. And why are you worrying so much? First time a ghost of interest appeared in my face. And how do you expect me to feel? Glad? Well, not really, but you wanted it yourself. Me? You are mad. And who said yesterday he cares and he wants to be with me? What's that got to do with this? Sam left to understand that finally started to dawn on me and what she was driving at. Your wish was granted. Yeah, sure. I'll turn my mouth. Well, here I am with you. It's not explaining in any way what happened. There's always little tricks that could help one succeed. You? This is how... Yes. Small across her face. I'd known that you were so cunning from the very beginning. So true, but kinda like this whole situation. Well, I'm hoping it's a much better situation. Not really liked it, but I was curious. Of course, I'm very sorry I couldn't escape with everyone else. Is it cold in here? However, I'm mono for Luna now. That might mean I'll get the chance to see the real her. And all the answers I was longing for could be right here and not in some kind of mysterious town where everyone else is headed for. Okay, so what are we gonna do now? Me? She smiled. Yeah, me. We're the only ones staying here. Canteen's closed and there's seriously tough for any food left there anyway. Of course, both I should return in the foreseeable future, but... what's the difference? Okay, no difference. Any suggestions? What do you want? She asked with a sly smile. I would have grabbed something to eat. Then I don't know. Let's go and have something. Where to? There should be some food left in my cabinet. Okay, deal. Came in and shuffled them on the desk drawer. Oh, there are cookies. Want some? Jamie half opened a pack of biscuits. Aw, how cute. Snid. Why? Biscuits. Like in my childhood. I guess. She smiled and sat next to me. Huh? This was my mouthful. What? So what are we gonna do? I don't know. She wistfully gazed out the window. But what do you want? But really, what do I want? A half hour ago, my only thoughts was to get away from this damn camp. But now, right here, right next to her, something seemed to change. Well, I don't know either. Think harder. She drew herself closer and gazed into my eyes. Oh, you know. They seemed to be blushing when mine was racing. After before, I was in such an extreme proximity to a girl that quite clearly wants something from me, but primarily because this girl was Lena. Well, she studied me closely. Hmm. The freeze frames. You know, what? She said she didn't look like herself, not saying nothing. I was not afraid of this metamorphosis at all, rather I was afraid of myself. What I can do in such a situation. Didn't you want to be with me? She whispered in my ear, languishing. I did. I do. And what's the problem? You know, it's also... Besides, I have some other circumstances. What circumstances? She pulled away from me. Well, various circumstances. Stop being mad. You're not. Are you? Aren't you? You know what? I don't know. How do you think of that? It's like I pushed even more. And what's the problem? You sure you want all that? Tried hard to change the subject. Jobs to do, but I had my own regular life, life where everything was strictly tied up and well organized, and where there was no place for girls. I'm in some kind of mysterious camp with Lena sitting next to me and hitting towards something. How should I behave in such a situation? Yes. Frown. Of course I do. What's the problem? Well, it's my... It was like I wasn't even 17, I looked like now, but like I was much younger. That the situation changes, otherwise this whole thing will be for nothing. Mine too. Just found. I'll decide what to do next now that the session was closing on the pioneer ground. And seeking answers. Girl, I just kind of aware that this girl that could change her behavior and even her character so easily at will. But at that exact moment, I was haunted only by one thought. But what the hell? Well, if you don't mind. Closed my eyes. She said nothing, just smiled and moved even closer. Wow, I waited for the frozen frame rates. My lips laughed in a long kiss. Forgot everything at that moment. Forgot about this weird camp. Forgot about local pioneers that in fact were gone. Forgot about our wacky camp leader. Forgot about my past life and about my future, till it'll ever come. And now the only one who mattered was Nina. Her soft lips, a warmth that poured deep into my soul, burning me from the inside. And meanwhile, I trembled while the frame rates still continued to try and drop. Gently moved to her side. Hold on. Don't you think there's a way to fast? Why? She smiled and looked at me and I immediately felt ready to put down in her eyes. You're sure, aren't you? I am, I whispered quietly. Too bad. You're going for it. Sorry guys, you still can't see this. If this is what I'm looking for, you still can't see that. I woke up, it was already dark outside. Got out of bed, put on my trousers, had to stroll around the room. What was that? Just an animal instinct, or maybe it was something more? No, it's all wrong, completely wrong. Stuck in this camp, I've lost my chance to get out of here, and most of all, I'm with a girl who probably has a split personality and maniacal depressive syndrome. So Nina. Anyhow, she was marvelous. Everything that happened with me was literally 12 hours ago flashed before my eyes, and I felt sure it was about fine. Yeah, I'm feeling those too, man. Yeah, I don't know if it's right or wrong, but if I would have returned back in time, I would have done exactly the same thing. Wiley smiled and sat down next to me on the bed. Absolutely no desire to waking her up. Some unspeakable pleasure just seeing how she sleeps. People say that the sleep reveals the true face of a human. Heard a legend in some ancient nation had a custom before getting married, a woman watches her fiancé sleeping for 3 nights. And she decided whether to marry him or not. Or not, I could confidently say that Luna's head showed nothing but goodness, kindness, and childlike naivety. Naivety. Oh, could it really be that this is the girl that knocked out Alyssa yesterday? Well, what if that maybe? Everything's already happened. I've already seen Nina like that. Home in the first few days, the hysterics back there and now, arranged the square yesterday for Passion's Day. How can one single human cope with so many opposing personality traits? Be the case that she really has double, triple, quadruple split personality. I don't know how much time I spent just watching when I was sleeping. Might be a couple of minutes, might be a couple of hours. Finally she awakened. Good morning. I smiled suddenly. Come here. She raised and hugged me. I couldn't resist and plopped down in bed. You're so wonderful. She whispered in my ear, kissing my neck. You too. But my voice hesitated. Want to do it again? She asked playfully. Hello. I waved gently. You know, all this is anything but simple. When we just met, you seem to be one person, and you seem to be another one, and today, now I can't understand at all who you really are. And yet again, what you've done to Alyssa, again, her, and I covered up with a blanket and turned away. Didn't you like what we've done? Want to do it with her too? No, I want her to leave her. Come on, compare us. I'll leave you her address. Feel something who's better, or we can do a threesome. Whoa, okay, this is definitely different. Wow. She was talking, please, right? Not complete strangers. Ah, there you go again. Excellent. Wednesday, you should have realized the last person I would think about now would be Alyssa. Okay, you're right. She turned to me, smiled, and hugged tightly. Hold on. I yet still have to understand. Why? I think just simply... And yes, I do care. That's why I really need to know who you really are. Me, it's just me. She answered in some voice, languishing once my brakes started to break from all these emotions. I have to calm down somehow. Something sending me out on the bed across. Fine. And the signs of disappointment started to get dressed. No, this is kind of crazy. I'm not asking for much. Just a few answers and a few questions. Later, it's time to set out. She interrupted me impassively. What? Where are we going? What do you mean, where? Back to the town, of course. But you told me, well, I might have withheld something. In fact, I persuaded Olga that we still have some extremely urgent matters here and will come later. How do we get to town here? By bus, of course. There are no buses here. What do you mean, no buses? Of course there are. Route 410. Frozen. Inmates. I don't know whether I should believe or not. The situation seems to be going out of control, but I wouldn't argue. Okay. Strained out cautiously. Come on, get back. Meet me at the square in 10 minutes. Okay, I'm still kind of scared. Gave up asking and left for the cabin. Frankly speaking, I had almost nothing to pack. Just tossed my window clothes into the bag and headed to the square. Oh, this time Lena's there. I was already waiting for me there with a gym bag on her shoulder. You don't seem to carry lots of baggage. It's just enough. She smiled. Let me carry it. Please do. Well, her bag seemed almost weightless, but a bit of manners never hurt anybody. Okay, definitely different from the other one, because that one he waited for a half hour and found out that she slowly raced highway style. Walking, and Lena was constantly telling jokes, anecdotes, funny stories, never stopped laughing. Now I really lost him, especially with the person near me. She the one I met a week ago, or the one I saw first time this morning? Whenever we reached the bus stop, I took the mobile phone and checked the time. Surprisingly, there was still some power left. It was almost 11 p.m. Isn't it a bit late for buses? Oh, what is that? Asked Lena curiously. Oh, just a toy. Take it, it's a gift. Thank you. Smiled into the phone. What can you play on it? You'll work it out yourself later. It's not that hard. Anyway, mobile phone is totally useless here. Give away your phone, Lena. Waited for about a half hour, Lena just kept talking. Well, I must admit that I was finding her stories amusing. Felt comfortable with her, but what about the bus? So what about... I don't finish the sentences, seeing a glimmer of a headline flying in the distance. Ah, here it is! I exclaimed enthusiastically. Bus was slowly carrying us away from the Sylvia pioneer camp. Just wanted to believe that we'll never ever be back. Darkness behind the window, preventing us from seeing around the woods of the fields. Actually, it might be the case that they're all long gone and we're flying the void towards the unknown. Otherwise, I couldn't care less of the surroundings. I just kept listening to Lena. She said more words during today than throughout her past life. You know, interrupted her at last. I still don't understand. I still don't understand why the fucking frame rates are still choppy. What exactly? I'm shivering and I cannot too happy. How can you be so hesitating, so humble at first, unable to string two words together, and then, like this? Is it that important? Yes, it is. For me. I mean, you might be able to explain. Oh, I wait for fucking 3 minutes. Well, took a deep breath before the answer. You see, I've always been like you saw the first time we met. I was like that in public. I wasn't able to live as I wanted to since childhood, and I put on a mask. Tears gone sound. Frame rates are frozen again. But it definitely is the good ending. Oh, let's not go deep into that. He relaxed in front of my arm, pressing her body tightly against it. Okay, I get it. Probably it was very hard for her to discuss indeed. Anyway, I got a lot even from such a short explanation. Still, can I be sure you won't turn into that one again? Won't get into your shell, won't surrender to your anger and rage? It depends on you. Then I'll try to be extra careful, but I don't know what Simeon. And I smiled. I realized I'm playing a high-stakes game. On the one hand, I spent only a week in this obscure world trying to find some answers. I have nothing to my name. Damn, I just have to know where to return to. On the other hand, there's this girl who obviously matters so much to me. Back then, I almost wasn't thinking if I had any feelings for her now. I just wanted to be by her side, look at her, listen to her. I liked her the way she was. I assured myself that this is it, the real Lena is in front of me. And now, when these thoughts come back, about my past life, mysterious appearance in the 80s pioneer camp, it's just not time for such thoughts. I feel good right now, close to her. I don't want to return anywhere, I don't want any answers, I don't want to think about what's going to happen tomorrow. If it depends on me, then I just want to believe that you'll always be the way you are now. But this is the way I love you. So I'll keep being this way as long as we're together. She hugged me even tighter. I don't know for how long we've been on the road, but in the chatter, Gregory started to quiet down. Put her hand on my shoulder, but was still telling me a story about her cat getting rid of a sleep aid, getting busy and wreaking havoc. Slowly started to doze off herself. Still, why did you have a... Oh, shit, don't do that. Took closer with me with a serious expression on her face. I always hated that bitch. Oh, okay, a bit different. He laughed loudly, nuzzled in my shoulder. Oh, okay. Desperate to try not to fall asleep, it's unknown what's there after the next turn of the course. Might be a new life waiting for me, or it might be the end of this fairy tale, and then I'll be buried in the coffin with green walls and singing in my old apartment. But was it a losing battle? I appears to summon legions of monsters and man of fatigue, exhaustion, desolation, and uncertainty. I had no chance to win the battle against these four folks from the apocalypse. I drifted away to my sleep. Okay, something. Wake up! Consciousness slowly started returning to me. It's like I'm falling from a high cliff with clouds flying nearby. Ground is coming closer, but I'm not afraid that I'll collapse. My fall slows down and my body smoothly emerges into the warm ether. So that's where that picture came from. I opened my eyes. You sleep through your whole life like that. You looked at me seriously. Huh? What? Are there already? Where there? What's around? Bench? Square? Canada? But how? I was in the bus, going to the district center. Why are you looking at me as if you've seen a ghost? Why am I still here? For a second I thought terrible fear. I'll never get out of this place? We were in the bus. Together. In the bus. Yesterday. Yesterday? Yes, yesterday. Don't you remember? And I fell into thinking. Yesterday. I don't remember anything like this. You just had a bad dream. Considering all that is nothing already, it seems like the hallucination this must be a dream inside a dream then. Well, let's take it slowly. But logically. Session ended yesterday, all kindness had left, but we stayed. And then we took a bus and went to the district center. And Shirley looked perplexed. Are you kidding me? I'm not kidding anyone. Today's the last day. Wait. So much time has spent here. We started filling out 14 days. It's like 7 days. Not 8. 7. Definitely 7. I made an exhausted sign and closed my face with my hands. Oh, that's another riddle in a long list of disconnect mysteries. Well, okay. Well, I think we will not manage to sleep today either. Fine. 6 cents. They're a bit strange today. I suppose I have my reasons. Want to tell me? Feels better to come to me? I do. Sure, why not? I had a real chance to break free from this camp. Everything failed. So what am I losing now? Now, where do I start from? Start from the beginning. Yes, of course. Well, I was born, I studied, married, well, okay, well, I haven't gotten married yet. Still a time. Yes, but, well, in a few words, like, I'm not from this world. The notes she gave me, it's clear she didn't understand me at all. I got here accidentally. Even I don't know how. So, what does your world look like? And I asked seriously. It is, well, virtually it's the same, but 20 years older than your world. You already have space flights? Well, if it comes to that, you have them as well. However, we don't have great achievements in this field yet. Sounds interesting. I was only able to understand the thing that took it seriously or was just pretending to do so. I used to live in a completely different place as well, far away to the north according to the landscape, in a big city. I've never been to the big cities. Maybe it's for the best. Can you show me your house? It seemed like she was taking this talk as seriously as I do. Well, I'm not even sure it exists in this world. Oh, come on. Nina pouted. Well, sure I will. So how'd you get here? One evening I took a bus, route 410, and woke up here. I know nothing more. 410th route? It's one that stops just outside the camp. Yes, but my 410th travels in other places. In time, probably. You planning to return? And I said, and I noticed notes finding happiness in this. I have no idea how to. Anything new? You're asking tough questions. What's wrong? Nothing, but... See, I just recently started to adjust myself. The first hours in this camp were such a shock to me that... I don't know. Okay, you still have time to think about it. Time to think. Since even Kalina believed me, she considered this whole situation just a typical inconvenience and nothing more. Anyway, nothing depends on her. Possibly, even if I do want to stay. You see, that one who brought me here can take me back as well. I do believe that any event in one's life has its reasons. Therefore, you are here for some reason. Maybe. And if you have not returned, you must be needed here. Well, I can't exclude such version. Hey, time to pack your stuff. Can't hear their sound in the car. Heard it? I don't have much to pack, but I do. So, meet me near the bus? Would you like me to help? Frozen phalanx. Thanks, but no need. Nina smiled and went towards the cabin. I remained sitting on the bench trying to cope with the shock. My thoughts were still in chaos, one theory replaced another. On one hand, the fact of me finding myself in this camp is much more odd than one of me being unable to get out, but now, what am I supposed to do? Is there any chance I can leave this camp without another try? What's the point in being nervous? And now I know precisely that absolutely nothing depends on me. Maybe I just have to sit back and enjoy the flight. Couldn't help smiling, especially now when I have an additional reason not to rush the departure. And this reason is Nina. Maybe she's right and I am here for some reason. In the end, even if I can narrow down the possible explanations for my situation to a reasonable minimum, it will still be 1,001. If I keep exhausting myself with their analysis, I'll just go mad. Maybe it's time I choose something. Maybe this world is not so bad after all. Especially since, for the first time in a long time, I have an incentive to live. It's still a vague one, but I still have it. It exists. Now I have the power not to simply hold it, but to develop into something bigger. Such thoughts, I stood up and started walking the oldest cabin to pick up my humble belongings and Soviet North Pioneer Camp Elite, Soviet North Pioneer Camp forever. Oh, another one of these. Seeing eventually reached this some of that area that picking up and then bus cancer care, seeing as the song goes play. As the managed to break free from this camp, all the time I spent there seemed so much longer than 7 days. Now everything is over. Soon after that, events spun with lightning speed. No time left for self-analysis, seeking for answers. Moreover, from time to time I was completely forgetting about the past. Suddenly I found himself in a completely strange environment. I was completely lost. Had no papers, not even a sample birth certificate, no skills to earn for a living. Such professions as computer specialist or customer operator were not in demand. She was graduated school, got ready for entertainment. On the campus himself, and we went to about 5,000 easy to get there down about the bus. So the factory those apartment for didn't have some nice grocery stores. True, even for shopaholic, it chose winter rubber boots and sheepskin long coat and men's scotch hat. Before I would probably be running away from such a place, but now it's my home. Cases of starvation were rare in 20th century Europe. I managed to find a job. I was employed as a furnace assistant at the factory. I was also getting in the room in the hospital. When the train job started to bring pleasure, sure a big deal, and it was associated with hospital, fired up the career ladder, and ahead of the whole ships. And some persistence and so was only able to graduate from school and spent several nights with a calculator. Although things that almost made my mind close to I don't remember now, but it took a lot of time for her to think. She suggested to sign a marriage contract where she could test it because of my lack of dowry. But in a short time, both of us moved into a communal apartment near the factory that cost 2/3 of my salary. Or maybe my wife's persistency after some time become a part-time student in a local college I would have to do some authoritarian has known me to act like lousy intellectuals, but I came to the conclusion that the former will produce me. So after study, thanks to my knowledge from the last attempt to receive higher education, time passed and the country started to change. Of course, I knew what would happen, but still, changes came out of the blue. I actually not so much prepared, but it would bury you anyway. The factory was privatized and then something trap that inherited from my father-in-law was not a really profitable business. He was even ready to apply for all the silver yard, and his distant relative died and left his beds somewhere in Central Russia. Family also decided to move and let early miners in the camp kitchen in Proshkova, up in Swan Lake. Thanks to my random side jobs, I saved up the money and decided to move to a bigger city, and of course I chose my birthplace. Money was invested in business for some kind of luxury, buying new for coats, expensive, blah blah blah, employed just to run the country as many others. And the time I got lucky to somehow become big and probably rich and popular. And this year's reaching his profitable job at the time because people got excessive money that they wanted to invest in luxurious commodities. And this is where I could go, but the 90s were called for contraries and cracking professionals on the refrigerator and log with bitter taste of blood in my mouth. And each from Soviet different places up the balls and much to the floor at this week's permanent matches were won by completely different teams, even in 1994. It wasn't Brazil. Well, TV, everything was going as it should. We want to spend our own house and make a bet. The underdogs were from Maui, beaten overcast. While that, I tried to pursue a career of political advisor, however, you don't accept them and have decisions with special connections or anything that people are interested. I don't know how long I would be going through this tormenting, if not in event, to change everything. Being lean and have a child. Possibilities aren't enough for that. My family and some fathers are friends, but I feel be surprised with myself in place of being around Alice in the bank. At the same time, they knew well education was free, so it's complete education. It's just enough to fill the stomach, so I was sleeping for work for days, trying to find some time for examinations and to stay at home with a baby. Time I started writing, I remember this yesterday. It was just after midnight. I was sitting in the kitchen in front of my old worn-off at 386 and was wildly killing monsters in the second room. I wanted to sleep badly, but computer games at least slightly distracted me from thinking in dull days. Another level was completely I suddenly got immersed in thoughts about everything I went through within the last years, like one person. After I decided to write down everything that happened to me. Launched a text editor, wrote down about 200 words, I had to proceed to write it tomorrow. However, neither tomorrow nor even a week later I have remembered about it. I just hit some computer manual and unfinished book, I reread it to the text. Started that, but didn't do that for all the time that the novel was being overstrained to write like yourself, creative work, show like celebrated. Beginning with 2000 years, being a certified specialist with head department duties while moving to another apartment, I found my old i386 among trash that was thrown away, and I remember my intention to write a book about my life. Laughs. How stupid. However, after some time I opened my laptop and made a sort of draft of a short story about a young man without definite occupations or aspirations who found himself on a different planet. Style, orthography, and punctuation, as well as IP itself, were matching well quite the silly plot. Showing the story to my wife. She laughed, but she said it was written well and advised me to continue. The things in my living words full. Found to be very out spending days work. I spent every available free time with my family. However, what hasn't happened. Stories, any other beginnings work, most of mine was projected, but a couple of them were just over the moon. Of course, it paid nothing but my words would be read, meaning small conversation. Past, we had a second baby now during the spare time I slowly wrote a novel. No, not about my life as a pioneer camp, but decided not to touch on these things there again. Everything that happened years ago seemed to be a will of God who charity should not be tempted. After that, I wouldn't wake up on the bus near so we weren't camp base. That's right, no, we don't just all know publishers manage to read a small bureau, go right, we rejected and fixed those almost rubbing against my books and really not that only average, yes, but the idea itself is interesting, yes. Well, you need more practicing or more reading, yes. How about the rest of my life, practicing reading, part of the royalties, expense among my friends, and about a novel, only after it's published, I'm sure you like it, or I would sign up, upset me. Blah blah blah. Stop only reaching the day where I pull off my usual world and going into the side, start a series of 10-year camping out and I'm a successful writer, at least according to the number of copies sold, a wonderful wife and 2 children, life has turned 180 degrees. So midnight starts new tomorrow, but I was waiting for so many years. What are you thinking about? Well, now you actually see his full face. My eyes are Selena. With a cup of tea on the table near an armchair. Firewood was gently crackling in the fireplace, the snowstorm was blowing outside. I got myself up with a plate cloth and looked at Lena. You know what day it is? No, what day? You remember what I told you back there in camp? No. I wondered during all these years I never brought up the topic of my mysterious travel to this world. You remember how I told you I had not seen this world? Lena paused. Well, something like that. Yes. So today is the day when many years ago I got on the 4th bus and I woke up in that pioneer camp. So it's an anniversary. And you smiled? Yeah, sort of. Is it a sad celebration for you? No, not at all. And if I remember almost nothing about that time, maybe it's for the best. I had some firewood at the fire and put the mug on the table. Maybe I'll write a novel. You will read and remember. You think it's a good idea? And his expression making him serious. Indeed, once I promised myself I would never write about it. Maybe it's not. After all, everything that happened was just for us. That's exactly what I think. Decided to look at the fire. You know, life is like a candle. Someone's got a short one, someone's got a long one. It can burn out in any moment. Oh, this is like in the bad ending. Then our life is like this fireplace. Yes, perhaps. Baron smiled. I'll sleep for a while longer. Nicholas man forgave us in the fire in a dreamy manner. My eyes closed, my whole reality compressed itself to the crackling of the firewood. It started falling slowly, somewhere far, far away. No, it was not a dream, more like a warm ether, gently enveloping my entire existence. So that was much better than the bad ending. But it's an odd question, though. I find it funny that they have this achievement unlocked, living the dream. Our story has its beginning and its end. Our story has its own outline, synopsis, contents, key points, a prologue, and an epilogue. And there is no book which will not reveal the things you didn't pay attention to previously after you read it again. Every story has its beginning and its end. Almost every. That's actually a generally nice advice to say. Frankly speaking, I really like that good ending. It's frozen. But I mean, grows up with Lena, they have a family, becomes a writer. Oh, horrible. So, it is almost 3:30 in the morning, so it's gonna be edited when I wake up, put up on YouTube. Yeah, it's 3:25. but I really gotta go to bed. But I really do enjoy this game. I'm going to play it through everything else. I'm going to record it as well, just to show everyone else, hey, this is how you go down this path, blah blah blah. Just to, you know, be helpful. But I'm not going to show myself in those videos. So. Thank you guys all for watching this, and for letting me, of course, go ahead and do this awesome part 7 where I'm like, fuck that bad ending, let's get the good ending for a change. I really enjoyed this game. I really do. Soviet games, you'll outdone yourselves. If you guys have any other games, and you guys are watching this, if you have any other like visual novels that you already have completed, and I know you're working on like some kind of new project, just go ahead, send me a link to download it. I will download it. I will play it for you guys. I will, you know, I'll tell you my honest opinions just like I did here, and I will hopefully not have stupid frame rate issues with my XSplit program. It's just odd how frame rate issues can really kill the mood. So, but you know, if you guys, or if Soviet Games even want this, if any of you guys know of any other games that they have made that are visual novels that you think I would enjoy, please feel free to send me a link. You can, you know, of course, probably put it in the comment section, but it'll be spam or perhaps even deleted by YouTube. You could try to send me a message, put it on my page. You could put it up on Facebook as well. I'll answer Facebook, Gmail. Fanfiction, if you have a fanfiction.net account, you can try to send a link. But, yeah, thank you guys for watching. I really have to get off now, so I'll see you guys later in the summer. Oh, alright then, eat. However, there wasn't much left to eat. The cutlet was missing from the plate. Only she could do it. No, more precisely, none but Polana could do it. How do you know, though? Fine. Move it. Give me back my cutlet. In a big family, you snooze, you lose. It can cost you a cutlet if you're careless.